to the High School Huddle on the Dodge Sports Desk at the Pubco Studios. My name is Brandon Chapman. I'm joined by Ryan Aber. He's the lead prep writer for the Oklahoman. So Ryan, tell me, who do you feel like is going to win Class 4A in boys basketball?
Well, let's save the easy questions for the end, I guess. 4A has got to be the most wide open of the classes right now, just because you've got Douglas and Star Spencer. They've split their two meetings. You've got McGinnis, who, even though they don't have Daniel Orton, is still in the conversation at least. Tulsa McLean has done a great job in the couple years since John Phillips has been up there, and Northeast is playing better than I think anybody thought they would. You've really got to consider all five of those teams contenders. I think right now, I think it comes down to Star Spencer and Douglas. Like I said, they split. The other night, Star Spencer was able to come out on top in a game that was moved to Northwest Class and really played well. Josh Davis was dominant when he wasn't in foul trouble, when he was able to be on the court. The problem was he was in foul trouble most of the second half. But even when he wasn't out there, guys like Kendra Talley and Phillip Harris really picked up the slack. And I think that they've just got the kind of depth that some of those other teams don't have.
Okay. There was another great game on Friday, Red Oak versus Stringtown. What surprised you about that game?
I think what surprised me about that game is that Red Oak lost its point guard very early in the game in the first few minutes and was still able to just pour it on. I know it was a 6-point game, but you look at Lane Adams, 44 points, evenly split between first half and second half, the way he was able to control that game. And Stuart Sullivan, their move-in from Kansas, also was able to put up 20 or more points. And really that duo matches up better than anybody else in Class B, or really anybody else in 3A on down. They remind me a lot of that Stringtown team from a couple years ago that had those big guys that nobody could really match up at that level.
Sounds like it was a pretty crazy game out there, huh?
Yeah, it was a wild one. We had they had some tees going on down there. Like I said, a broken, I believe it was a cheekbone, some kind of a facial fracture early in that game. And then Lane Adams, Stuart Sullivan, and Tyrus McGee from Stringtown all putting on a scoring show.
All right. Well, signing day is right around the corner, so that means recruiting is heating up quite a bit. Ryan, which in-state recruit do you feel like has a chance to surprise?
Well, I look at a guy that it's not even for sure right now as we speak Monday afternoon that he could be signing to play football, Dante Foster. I mean, he's become an internet sensation with this play he made, but even more than that, just the plays that he makes week in and week out in football just have amazed me since I started watching him. I really think he's probably the best pure wide receiver to come out of the state this year, and I think if he ends up deciding to go football, he could be the best player in this class at any position, much less wide receiver.
Okay, with recruiting, there's a lot of hype, a lot of talk about a guy, how good he will be. But let's project 5 years from now. Who do you think will be the best player that came out of this class this year?
I look at a couple guys. One hasn't made his decision. He's committed to Oklahoma State, but there's been some waffling there. Tracy Moore, a big tight end / wide receiver from Tulsa Union. I just think the two programs that he's considering, Auburn and OSU, both will give him a chance to utilize his skills absolutely optimally. Gus Malzahn's offense that he's going to be putting in down at Auburn really gives those guys a chance to get the ball a lot. And also I look at a guy like Michael Doctor from Tulsa, Washington, who just did everything for the Hornets this year, helped lead them to a state title. Just the body that he has to go play linebacker in the Pac-10, I really think he's going to have a great career there at Oregon State.
All right, Ryan, well, we appreciate your expertise. Thanks for watching the High School Huddle. We'll be back next week on the Dodge Sports Desk as we continue to provide the best high school coverage in the state.